It's been a full year since we BravoConned it up, and this time we are in Las Vegas. Yes, I know. Get the Las Vegas glam, okay? I'm super excited because I'm going to talk to all of your favorite Bravolebrities, the people that you love, the people that you love to talk about, and ask them what their views are. When we start talking about Bravo, you know I don't stop, so I'm super excited to be here. Let's get this thing kicked off. Andy, Cohen, how are you?
Good.
You talked about the line has changed in the past 15 years when it comes to what's considered acceptable and what's not.
Yeah.
Do you think that the change in climate has changed people's attitudes about some of the things that happen on Bravo or on any reality show?
Absolutely. I think we look at things with a different lens, and I think, you know, we used to, in early seasons of Housewives, we left everything in the show, you know, just no matter what, and didn't bleep any words. We didn't do, I mean, and now it's like, you know, you really, we're playing to a different crowd now.
So I have to tell you that Daddy Diaries came to me at a time when I was going through my IVF journey at 42.
Wow.
So it was really important to hear about later in life parenthood.
Yes.
What have you thought to be the most exciting part about being a later in life parent?
I think it puts everything in perspective in terms of sweating the small stuff and letting things go. And I just feel more grown as a human being. And that's really helped me as a parent, I think.
Karamo! So exciting. I love you. Karamo on his birthday week. Hello, baby.
How are you? I'm going to be honest with you. I have a bone to pick with you, and I didn't want to slide into your DMs and tell you this. I found out about your conference late. I would have loved to have been there, but I was also mad that you asked Claudia and not me to be your special guest, because I would have showed up in a heartbeat for you. I love Claudia. This ain't no shade. That's my girl. I would have showed up in a heartbeat, and I was upset that I didn't get in the DM slid like, hey, can you come through for me?
Oh. I am.
So, I mean, the girls are fighting for you because they want to be with you, so.
I am speechless,
I was hoping
honey.
she was gonna say, you know what, will you come next year? But you said she still don't want me.
No, I
You
do.
know what? She still don't want me.
I do.
don't want me.
Karamo,
I'm
you
joking,
know
I'm
I love
joking,
you.
I'm
Oh my
joking.
God. But now, no. You're not joking, because I'm going to hold you to it.
Done.
And my next Comeback with Erica Cobb live event will be starring Karamo.
I'm there. Sign me up. I'm there. I'm there.
We're actually going to do a platform swap because I'm coming on talking about my comeback on the Karamo show.
Yes, of course you are. Of course.
See, look at
We're
us
going to cross
making
promote.
deals.
This is how we do. This is how we do.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I love to see you so much. I love to see your growth.
Thank you.
And I love to see your love. Tell us about this man who just keeps you smiling from ear to ear all the time.
He does. It's my baby. We've been together for almost 3 years. And when I tell you, this man takes care of me. And I work a lot and I give a lot to a lot of people. And it's the first time I felt like I have someone, and I'm going to say that because that's disrespectful to my exes, but in this moment, the way that he shows up for me is like something I just needed. And it feels so good. Like you just saw him, like I'm doing things. I didn't ask for nothing. He bringing me water.
Yeah.
He came here to have a good time. I said, go have a good time. And he's always like watching and looking and just make sure I'm okay. And I just love that.
Yeah. I understand why you were being diplomatic about how you were talking about it. But I do think that when you're talking about seasons of love and how you understand the way that you need to be loved, it is important to kind of separate the two between your past person and who you are today.
Exactly.
So I love that. I'm also interested in knowing, now that you have this fantastic show, you have this life with someone that you really love.
Yes.
What is it that you're manifesting right now?
Oh, I am manifesting a lot more free time. And not to say that I want to take away my jobs, because I like to work.
Yeah.
But it's like a lot more of like, you and I have been on the same grind for about the same time. And it's like, we both host daily shows. And it's like, when you're daily, you know, your weekend comes and it's gone. And also during that weekend, you're trying to find other things to do to make other things grow. And I'm like, how do I like make sure that I'm really just taking time just to sit my butt? I know you got your new hot tub, in my hot tub, and just luxuriate and say, thank you, God, for like giving me all of this stuff that I've been working for, you know? And so that's what I'm actually manifesting, is more free time in the sense of like taking care of myself.
Yeah. Oh my, I'm so wonderful. How are you? Great to see you. You both look beautiful. Wendy Osefo and Candiace Dillard, Bassett, Real Housewives of Potomac. Candiace, first of all, I would call you the comeback queen, but many would say you never left. You have had one of the most prolific comebacks of Housewives history. How do you feel about that?
It's very surreal and very humbling, and I truly don't even think about it because you keep your head down and keep working, and that's the key to success for me. But I'm eternally grateful for the love and the success that only God could give me.
I have to talk about motherhood because, Wendy, you are very transparent about, first of all, you do all the things, and I'm calling you Wendy, but I really want to call you Dr. Wendy. My mother is a professor, and I generally do not say doctor. So tell me about how you're finding a little bit more balance and taking care of yourself better because you had quite the scare last season.
Yeah, I think motherhood is a delicate dance because you want to be everything that you can be to your children. You want to give them a different life that you didn't have. But the truth of the matter is you can't pour from an empty cup. And as mothers, we have to realize that we ourselves have to be full in order to really give to our children the way we want to. So I will say to all mothers, give yourself grace. Know that you are amazing just as you are, and our biggest critic is actually ourselves. Our children love us just how we are. So just be content with that, and always remember that your kids deserve a happy mother, if nothing else.
A happy mother and a happy Eddie father.
Oh, that's right, happy Eddie.
Love it. Karen Huger, Real Housewives of Potomac. So tell us what you're looking forward to most in the upcoming season.
I am looking forward to sharing my life, the next chapter. It's unbelievable. I had, listen, let's be real. We were fractured when we started the season. So I did my job. Everyone knows I do my job to bring them together. But when the girls didn't want to do it, I said, I quit. So because I had an agenda for myself, turning 20, I'm so grateful. And then just celebrating life. So, I think the fans can look forward to me just being activated, really bringing a lot of humor and handling what I need to handle. It's a wonderful place to be the wise one in the room. Just saying.
And you are wise.
I am.
You are very wise. I want to talk about your relationship with Raven.
Yes.
Because it seems like, and I remember this with my mother, there became a time where she was not only my mother and, my spiritual advisor, the icon of my life, she also became my friend. And it seems very apparent that that's a part of what's happening.
Now, and I love it. I was afraid of it, to be honest with you, because I didn't want to lose that mother role, but I've done my job. I've raised a powerfully intelligent young Black woman, and it's wonderful to be her mom still, number one, but to also be her friend.
Yeah.
And in fact, she's joining me, and Luar is dressing us, so we'll do a mother-daughter moment.
Nice.
Yes, we'll do a mother-daughter moment, and and she keeps me so cool.
Yeah, well, you do look like you're aging backwards.
Having fun. And that's what happens to God's good people. We don't crack up.
Okay, so we want to know what you have changed about your life since the Sandoval.
I, haven't been drinking for the past 6 months.
Good
I
for
stopped
you.
smoking. I've been doing guided meditation. Been trying to do positive things throughout my days. Just stay focused on work and just getting through it.
I am going to tell you, you look very healthy.
Thank you.
So that good for you, honestly.
Thanks.
And Schwartz, what have we? You look great. We want to know about healthy boundaries in terms of friendship, because I think a lot of times we get commingled in our friendships.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about that these days?
It's weird because I for the first time in my life, I feel like I had an identity crisis. Like I had just been reduced to this guy who knew about the affair. But I feel like I'm back. I feel like the Schwartz is back, and I've been putting work into myself too. I've been working out, eating healthier, intermittent fasting. I've been reading more, I have such a profound sense of gratitude after almost losing some family members over the past 2 years. I'm just happy to be here, and I've never been more aware of the impermanence of life. I'm happy to be alive.
So we want to start with this, Miss Kandi Burruss, Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kandi and the Gang, and all the things. But we hear that Kandi and the gang is coming back for a season 2. Do we have any more updates on that?
No, I don't have an update yet.
Okay. All right. But you're giving me that look like something's coming down the pike.
Well, there are conversations.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
That's all I can say.
Okay, well, that's very promising because we love Kandi and we love your gang, girl. It seems as though you have a habit of picking friends who you support and pour a lot into, and they turn around and stab you in the back.
Got it.
Kandi, what have we learned about boundaries? And just curious.
Well, let me say this. Over the years, obviously, y'all seen a lot of things play out on Housewives. It's like I never learned my lesson, huh? It's like I always run into people, and I try to. I mean, I guess the whole point of being on this show, we're supposed to try to have some type of friendships and stuff like that. And if I do find myself having a friendship or a connection with somebody, I do try to look out for them,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's just natural. And then sometimes those people always go left, and I just feel like, for whatever reason, and I feel like I've been in this season lately of people, you know, wanting to use me to pop off, like to make them look like they really doing something. You know what I mean? And I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
It's better to be on a team together than against each other.
I'm with Kenya Moore, who is the icon, Miss Twirl. I have to say, I was very disappointed not to see the growth and the development of your hair spa, because we saw the growth and the development of your products, starting with the launch and the conception. So I do think that we as fans missed out on the ability to understand seeing the steps.
Thank you for that. It was all, you know, filmed. Even the opening, I worked really hard. I think sometimes people think when you're working and it's real and it's raw that that's not interesting. But the fans have spoken and the fans want to see it.
Yeah.
Because there may be other entrepreneurs that are out there watching you and they don't know how to start their business. They don't know how to get capital or where do you begin? What are the steps? And to be able to see it, you know, in basically in real time as I'm hopefully building an empire, is TV worthy.
Yeah.
And the fans need to see it. And so for me, you know, let's hope there's another season so we can show all of the great things that I'm doing, and not only, you know, in my business, but in my personal life, and just finally being able to stand on the boards and all of the things that are coming.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I still have a lot more story to tell.
Well, I think sometimes when things are so real, they don't come across as salacious. And you talked about your shoebox money that you saved. I listened to your Carlos King interview. And I thought that it was interesting because when you built your house, you were also very financially savvy about that. At that point in my life, it made me think about what the important aspects of being a homeowner are.
Yes. I have always had great advisors growing up, especially my grandmother. She worked every day of her life, you know, to be able to provide for us. And in that, she became very business savvy, and other people that surrounded me who wanted me to succeed in business. I owned my first company when I was 17 years old. I didn't know the significance of that until after I got older, but my mindset was always geared toward ownership. I bought a modest home in one of the nicest neighborhoods. I paid for it in cash, money that I saved up. And now, you know, it's for me, it's showing my daughter what's possible and showing my daughter how to be savvy when it comes to even credit, you know, taking care of your credit, understanding what all of that means. So I'm just out here trying. You know, I'm just trying to show Brooklyn how to be a boss.
Yeah. Well, you're doing an amazing job. And just a little comeback tip. She talked about getting a modest home in the nicest neighborhood. And that's your real estate tip from Kenya Moore today.
Try to get the worst home in the best neighborhood.
Caroline Brooks and Chanel Ayan from Real Housewives of Dubai. Yes. Ladies, can we talk about how now Bravo is a family affair?
Yes.
So tell us a tea about Uba.
I know, my cousin. She's great, right? She's wonderful.
Yes.
I think next season, because she had COVID and she because you also had COVID, you missed filming. So that's why you couldn't see her. But when she wasn't there, you knew the presence wasn't there.
Yeah.
You could feel it.
Yeah.
She brings it. She's great. She's wonderful. She reminds me of me.
Well, I love both of y'all. I am so excited to see you back.
That was very humbly spoken by my good friend Chanel Ayan.
Yeah. First of all, I have to wish you a huge congratulations on your engagement to Leah.
Thank you.
Well,
I'm so grateful that she said yes, and it's transcended our relationship to the next level, which I didn't think could happen. It's incredible.
Well, I can tell you, I've been following Leah on social media for over 10 years, and I'm also from Denver.
You are?
Yeah, so I've watched Lolo grow up and like the whole thing. Yeah, so watching your relationship evolve in real time has been really organic, but it's been beautiful to see. So I'm so, so happy for you.
Thank you.
There's been some changes at Bravo in terms of like Captain Lee isn't returning. This is like your real job. It's your profession. Do you give yourself like, oh, maybe 5, maybe 10 years, or do you just kind of let it go?
I trust God. That's my thing. So for me, it's like I'll show up when they keep asking, but my career doesn't end when Bravo doesn't call me back.
Yeah.
I'm still a captain, and I just feel so happy to be there, and I just want to help change some lives and just show up when they call on me. Like I feel like that's part of my responsibility of being on TV. And this network's incredible.
Yeah.
And everyone behind the network that I ever met are just so kind, and they want you to succeed.
Hello, Jordan and Casey. Okay, first of all, y'all were in my neck of the woods in Colorado, and you didn't even say hi.
You're in Colorado?
What? Yeah.
I've never been, so I'm innocent. Casey's in Colorado all the time.
You're too fabulous to be in Colorado.
Well, girl. Well, thank you, Case. But
I've been Colorado, but like, you look too good to be in Colorado.
Oh, we're gonna cut that from the show. No, I'm just kidding. So tell me, what were your expectations going into Winter House versus how they were really kind of resolved or not coming out?
Skiing.
I'm not very good at the winter activities, so I came in with an open mind. I didn't know what to expect. And I kind of like letting my expectations kind of form themselves. You know what I mean? Let the experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you were skiing.
No, I literally thought that we would wake up, ski every day, and then film each other getting drunk at night. I didn't realize that like we were just kind of more partying. Like, these people party harder than anyone I've ever partied with.
Yeah.
So I was a little like different endurance level.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, having lived in Colorado for a while, it has made me an avid snowboarder, so that is a perk.
Yeah.
I tried learning snowboarding. I'm still in the process.
It's a process.
But I tried.
Sometimes it takes a couple of seasons.
I'd say.
Yeah.
For me.
I think it's such an interesting juxtaposition because for Jordan, coming from Summer House Martha's Vineyard, which I watched and loved, and you were very much talking about boundaries. And I think that when we are in situations like a summer house, a winter house, or, just going out about our lives, it's important that we establish boundaries. So I think y'all do a really great job of that. What do you think about in terms of the cameras being there?
It's weird.
Yeah,
it's weird. But you get used to them, and then you don't even realize that they're there.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly, the first episode I'm like a nun, and then the second one I'm like a feral animal. Like, you get used to it way too fast.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, yeah.
Okay.
I think we're both, like, very authentic and genuine.
Yeah.
And so we have kind of a hard time playing up to a camera. Like, we don't have, like, a preconceived notion on how to act.
Yeah.
We just are, like, the people that we are, and I think it comes across that way, so.
Yeah. Well, Jordan, I have a couple questions about Summer House Martha's Vineyard because it is one of the only Black-led franchises. What were your expectations for that show, and were they met?
That one was a little different because I knew everyone. On Winter House, I didn't know anyone else really, or there was a newer relationship, whereas Martha's Vineyard, we had traveled there as a group prior to.
Yeah.
So it was interesting because it's just a continuation of the relationship, but on camera.
Yeah.
So it was almost harder in that way because you're seeing our real arguments because we genuinely already had a bond. And you're kind of seeing how that's evolving or devolving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And congratulations on a season 2. So you will be returning? Yeah, we'll see. Okay. My final question is, This is going to be a tough one.
Okay.
Do you have any regrets about evicting Mariah without her knowledge of the vote?
Wasn't on me. I didn't want to vote in the first place.
All right. Well, that's fair. Jordan, Casey, thank you so much. I've been talking about on our show, Summer House Martha's Vineyard. Now, when I tell you that representation really matters and how we show up is so important, this is a show that I'm truly behind. I'm so excited. It's been greenlit for a season 2. Preston, Amir, welcome to Come Back with Erica Cobb. I'm going to start with you, Amir, because I think there might be a problem. Yeah. You came on to Bravo as the single bachelor guy, and now you're very happily in a relationship, and we love that for you. But what does that mean for your future? Are we going to meet your boo?
She comes everywhere with me, and she's someone who I know everyone else will fall in love with as much as I have. So hopefully you guys get the chance to meet her. You'll have to stay tuned and watch season 2 to find out.
Yeah.
But I think you guys will like her.
Well, we're excited to meet her. We love. Preston, speaking of which, are we still in a relationship?
We are still in a relationship, very happily.
And will we be meeting your boo?
Oh my God, my man is everywhere. You can actually see him over there. But yes, I'm sure America, once they meet him, will love him. You already saw a little bit on FaceTime.
Yes.
Saw a little bit on FaceTime, but yeah, he's a ball of energy and fresh air, so I'm sure people will love him.
I thought it was very interesting how you talked about Black excellence and how you didn't necessarily feel like that was the way or the proper way to call what people are referring to it. Right. And I actually had a podcast with my little sister. We kind of debated that topic, and we both fell on different sides of the coin. Yeah. Is there something about the way that you were raised that kind of framed your thoughts on that?
Maybe, but I think when you start to use the term so much, it means nothing after a while. Bell Hooks, for example, say that feminism means everything, it can mean nothing. And so for me, it's like we were taking a cheers to Black excellence. I'm like, what the hell are we doing? And it just didn't make sense. I was raised in a way where Black people, everyone mattered. And I started to go down this long list of who was considered excellent, and it was everyone who cured a disease or won a gold medal. And I'm like, what about my mama who just struggled to put food on the table, but who did so? Right? What about my grandmama who taught her how to cook, who then taught me how to cook? Those women, those people are excellent, but you will never find them in a hashtag. And that is always my issue.
Well, damn, what do we say about that? No, I'm like, no, we're like, Preacher Man is in the building. Love that. Now, Amir, it was really interesting to watch your journey because you talk about being biracial, and some people didn't understand you saying things like, I've never been around this before, I'm learning something for the first time. What was it like to explore the other side of your identity, the Black side, in such an open forum?
Honestly, it gave me the experience to share with other people who also don't have that opportunity that I had. For me, it was everything that I wanted. I'm someone who, as I move through my journey in life, I want to share and inspire other people to pursue their truest identity. And so being a part of the summer house and what people have coined as the Black summer house, and not really having any experience of my own, it was almost like a sink or swim. And I'm someone who's a great swimmer. And so I honestly loved it, and I hope that if anyone else out there is struggling with racial identity, that they throw themselves into the deep end as well.
And can I say this? Because I'm blackity black, right? And I love Amir because Amir always will ask questions. I can't judge him for him not having the same experience as me.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you ask questions, you learn together, you eat food together, you quite literally break bread together.
Yeah.
And I just really appreciated that because I think some people would have been too afraid to admit certain things that you so bravely admitted.
That's very true. That's very true. I do have to say about that dining table, I am a break bread together person. I hope that season 2 has a seat at the table for everyone, because that's not okay. Everybody needs to sit at the table. I have a final question. Any regrets about evicting Mariah?
That's your question.
Yeah, I personally don't have any regrets. It was the house's decision, and ultimately we're a family, and we want to make sure that everyone has a great vacation and feels safe in their vacation. So at the end of the day, it's what everyone felt comfortable with.
You know I watched the show, right?
Yeah, and you know I was in the house, right?
I do know that, but we saw you actually start the fight by doing what she was being accused of doing, or Bria was being accused of doing.
And see, that's where things get a little bit misunderstood, is because Bria and Mariah already had tension. So I wouldn't necessarily say I started the fight. Was I the straw that broke the camel's back? Absolutely. I take ownership for that. But at the end of the day, they still had beef that they had to work through, and the way that they were coming to those means, it just wasn't conducive for everyone else in the house.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Oh, this is the moment. There are.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. Congratulations.
Don't make me cry. Do not.
She's gonna start crying.
Oh my gosh.
Don't do it.
That is so beautiful.
No, don't.
Jasmine and Bria, Summer House, Martha's Vineyard. I am such a fan of this franchise. I just absolutely, I was like, wait, Bravo gonna do another Black-led show?
Yeah.
And then y'all gave it everything, okay? I know that people will be critical and some people have scrutiny, but I think those are great things. Those are the signs of a great show. So what's been your rose and thorn, both of you, from season 1?
Rose and thorn. I would say my rose is I didn't know there was things that I had to work on within myself. And this experience and process forces you to look at yourself in a way that everyone doesn't get an opportunity to. So that's my rose, because I'm here, I'm along with the voice, I'm using it for everybody, and I love that for me. And my thorn is learning the empathy, because I understand we were just talking about life is life and for everybody right now. And to be able to tune into our show and just see friends connecting, butting heads sometimes, but still connected, it's a good example for that. So the example that we're setting and who we're representing and how we're representing it, I think we're doing a phenomenal fucking job.
Yes. Amen. For me, I would say the same exact thing. I mean, my rose, I guess, is just adapting and learning what others and the different personalities and being patient. So like for me, looking back, I wasn't really that patient with people, and I was just kind of in my own world, as people know, and just reflecting back, like, you know what, I need to be a little bit more patient, have sympathy for others, be cool. Just looking back, my thorn would be,
If I had to think of thorn for you, I would say it's still wanting to be understood.
Yeah.
Still wanting to be understood.
I would say
And
that,
understanding
yeah.
that not everyone's going
To understand and just know that this is me, like this is how I grew up. I mean, you had a great conversation with my mom earlier today, where she's like, this is just who Bria is. Like, she gets up, she wears her clothes, she like this is her personality. People just don't understand. They think, okay, maybe she's just putting on a show or acting this way, but no. Me and my dog, the Black Paris Hilton, they call it. But you know, this is what it is.
I gotta admit that I was looking for Milo. I think I saw him being escorted out. Was that Simon?
Yes.
Okay. I told you I watched it twice, okay? Very important show, okay? All right, Bria, I'm going to ask you your top 3 tips to throwing a dinner party, because you throw dinner parties like I throw dinner parties. Yes.
I would say my first tip is the attire. Everyone always has to come classy and chic. I think I remember saying that. It's a polo themed / Veuve Clicquot, so the attire is one of the main things. Location, I love a sexy, classy vibe, something chic, fireplace, dim the lights. And also my third thing is, if you have the budget, to let your guests order what they want to order. I think that's what we did. When we came in there, we're like, you guys can order whatever you like. Champagne is on Simon, food is on Simon. Also have gift bags. It doesn't have to be a watch, but it could be something nice so they can go home and remember. It could be a candle or just a piece of jewelry or even like a rhinestone or something. So gifts, atmosphere, and clothing. That's for me.
I love it. I love it. Jasmine, I think you did something that I've never seen anybody do. It's hard enough. Your first year of marriage is hard. Your first season on a reality show is hard. But y'all decided to do both of them together. So if you could separate the two, which was a little harder?
I honestly have to say the show. Filming was harder just because
we're all learning at the same pace and we're starting at different spots. And, you know, when you have your significant other there, it's like you guys have your own process. But you can't ignore the process you're a part of in the group setting. So yeah, we swing for the fence. Looking back, I don't have any regrets because it really, I think, sped up our love for each other, our understanding. Like we really had to relearn each other. And that was a gift. I mean, clearly. We put a lot of work in, and I think that's what a lot of us did. You just take the good and the bad. How do I want to grow? What do I love about me? And keep it the same. And I think we've learned to appreciate each other in a very different way. And yeah, that's my person. That's my whole person. I wouldn't change it.
Yeah. Well, we're really excited that Summer House Martha's Vineyard is coming back for a season 2.
I'm so excited.
I am excited too, but I do have a suggestion.
Lay it on us.
We cannot have another house where everyone doesn't have a seat at the table. The table has to be big enough that everyone can sit at one table.
You're right.
It's very important.
I think we did that.
Yeah. You did it outside for season 2. Okay. All right. Well, I'm tuning in. My little sister and I are going to do a little recap on Summer House Martha's Vineyard. Maybe we'll even get y'all on. That would be exciting.
We'll have a lot to talk about.
Oh my gosh. Bria, Jasmine, congratulations. It's so nice to meet you both.
Nice to meet you as well.
Yes, we love this for you.